here, flops a king, flush draw on the turn, and he doubles up again. So Monkey Killer is staying alive. 10-6, let's see. We're at 2 minutes, so in 2 minutes we're going to be under 7 bigs. It's going to put us in a very bad spot. We can still try to make something happen. If I had more chips, I might see a flop with that, but I'm actually just going to fold it with how low I am. This 33 I have up is actually pretty weak. Nobody too amazing in it, so it's a game I definitely believe I might have an edge in. It's check to me. This is a check. See if we can get a free card to bink a jack. If not, we're just gonna fold. He bets, we're gonna fold. So we got past the blind before it went up. As we sit right now, if it goes up next hand, which it might, we're going to be looking at just under 7 bigs, which means we're going to have to make a move and we're going to have to make it fast. Again, there's no need to panic. I mean, one double up and I'm right back in the game. So I'm not going to panic and do anything drastic, but I am going to be looking to get it in. He loves to just go all in. And now we know he goes all in with stuff like top pair, and that's a terrible call here. We're going to make a note of that. That he made that terrible call. So he likes the all in with something like top pair. Ace 5 here on the button with 7 bigs. It's an all in. We get called, we're probably behind. We get called twice. So we're going to need a lot of help. We can get a chop here with Dalsu if we can fade some cards, and we get a chop. Not the worst thing in the world. I don't know about that call by Dalsu, but I mean, hard to critique something that worked. King 10 here. I don't know enough about him to know if he's shoving here properly, which means I could be proper to call here. So I'm going to lay it down until I get a little more information on him. If I had more information on how he plays blind versus blind, especially with the chip lead, I could make a better decision there, but since I don't know anything yet, I decided to lay it down, which could be a mistake. With him being as bad as he is, I could see him doing something dumb to get me back in the game or to cripple himself against Dalsu. So basically I just need something that I can get it in with. 9 deuce off is not that hand. We're definitely getting it in with 9s against either player. And he actually folds, which is pretty sick. 10 deuce off. He opens. And this is what I was talking about earlier. He could possibly go all in here, and it'd be hilarious. And he had a set. Ace jack, we're just gonna shove it. Vegas will probably call us with 10 high. So the blinds were still around 10, 9. Okay, so now I'm thinking that king 10 fold was pretty proper because he's not shoving every hand. He limps here. We're gonna have to call. I mean call, sorry. We're gonna have to go all in. Ace 10 here is too big to just see a flop with. He's got jack 9, which is apparently his favorite hand. So if we can fade here, we're right back in the game, which we do. We're right back in now, and we're right in the thick of it now as I get Skype messages. Jack Dussoff. We're definitely back in the thick. He likes to limp against me on the blind. We flop top pair. He checks. I'm gonna lead out. Heads up, blind versus blind. Usually the first one to bet is gonna be win the pot. That's not the case here. The ace I don't think helps him. I'm gonna check just to keep control of the pot size, and I definitely think my queen is good. I'll laugh my balls off if he shoves. I'm gonna call here because I don't think he has me unless he has 7 deuce. And gotta give them some rope to hang themselves. Ace 9, we're gonna raise here again when he. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned this when he. I think I did though. When it gets to 5100 is when I change my sizing on my bet to 2.5. Otherwise, in the beginning stages, it's 3. We're gonna make it 250 here again, obviously with Ace King. Get another walk. So we took second place now. Only 300 behind Daosu for first. He limps again. This time we flop an ace. And again, like I said before, usually the first one to bet at a heads up pot takes it down. I'm gonna actually change it up this time and file a second barrel right away. He calls again. I peel off 3 aces. If he has a 10, I expect to get paid off. And he paid me off. So, chipping away at the bad player. And again, that's where the patience comes in hand. I told you we don't need to panic. We did get lucky with the ace 5. But you don't panic. We get 3-handed. You win 1 big hand, and you're right back in the game. We actually have the chip lead now. And you will see me get slightly more aggressive now. You'll notice that Daosu is staying out of the way most of these hands because he knows there's no really need for him to get over-invested in any of these hands with how bad Vegas is. Flop top pair here, we're going to continue. My standing continuation bet here is 325. And we take it down. We get an open and a shove. He also calls with 5s. Not an awful call. Against the guy we're playing, I think I would have folded. Possibly a mistake to fold there, but I don't have much respect for his game if we can play pots against him. So I probably would have min folded and not give him an opportunity to double and make me the small stack by winning a coin flip. At some point you're going to have to win a coin flip, but against a bad player of his caliber, I think I'm just going to wait a little bit. I'm going to do the limp steal, see if it works here. Limp stealing meaning I'm going to complete on the small blind and bet at any flop. Works that time. The ace king suited. Make our standard raise. Obviously, if Vegas shoves here, we're going to snap call him off. Wow, sick. Daosu shoves. That is so gross. I know a lot of you probably think this is just an instant snap call. I'm taking into account Vegas in this game too. I don't see why Dalsu would shove here really anything weak. I'll laugh if he sees this video because it's actually pretty sick, this situation here. I'm gonna fold. Mistake, possibly. Some people might think I'm an idiot. If there was someone else sitting here, maybe I call, but he just shoved 30 bigs. I don't know. I'd love to know what he had. I'm gonna stick. Pretty girl spot there, I must say. Such a weird shove. What is he shoving there? Queens? I mean, but why get it? Why get 30 bigs in with a bad player there with queens? I don't know. I guess you can't assume I'm gonna pick up aces or kings. I don't know. It's probably an awful fold. I'm just gonna say he had queens. I'm gonna make him pay to see this one though. Made it a little more expensive. So the blinds go up again. He's just over 10. He's gonna start shoving recklessly. I'm gonna min here. If he shoves, I'm gonna snap off. He folds. We take the blinds. We've got decent control over this table. Again, some people might call here with threes. I'm actually gonna think about it. Take me down to 25. Just don't think threes are that strong here. And I'm gonna lay them down. I've made this argument the entire game that he's gonna get it in bad, so why am I gonna rush it? So I'm not gonna deviate from that plan now. There's no need to. He's gonna continue to shove, and he's gonna get it in bad. Will he suck out when he does? Who knows? My threes could have been good there, but if they are, I'm probably flipping. I could pick up aces here. I mean, my patience will get rewarded if he shoves here now. He doesn't, but nothing I'm gonna beat myself up about. I'm gonna try to limp steal here against Dalsu. We actually flop top pair. Doesn't change anything. I went 150 there. Normally I would go 160 just to change the number on them. Ace deuce isn't open. Dalsu flats me, which is interesting. And then he leads out. And his range has to be some jacks. He could have an underpair to that jack and is just seeing if his jack is good here. I'm gonna let him have it. I'm making it a point to not